Hi, and welcome to the International Institute of Genealogical Studies, found at genealogicalstudies.com. We are a trade school to help you get your professional genealogical credentials. We help you be able to either be a professional genealogist, or we also help you if you want to be a family historian. And coming up, we have some new classes that we're going to introduce at the end of this particular meeting, so stay tuned for those. But today we have with us a very special guest, John Boeren from the APG, which is the Association of Professional Genealogists, is going to give us a presentation. This is very important to our graduating students because they need to know what associations they may want to be a part of as a professional out in the world as they're practicing their new trade. So I'd like to introduce to you the president of APG, John Boeren, and he is going to take over the screen and share a presentation with you. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Angie, and I'm very happy to be here today. Until a few years ago, I was a student of the Institute, so I have fond memories of all these student meetings, and that's why it also makes me extra happy to be here today and to talk to everyone. Like Angie already says, I have a presentation which includes some smaller presentations by a couple of our members, and they will all talk about what APG can offer you as a member, how APG works, what the benefits are of a membership. So I thought it's better to listen to them. You will also hear a little bit from me, but it's also nice to hear from other people what they think is valuable. So we're gonna do that recording first, and then as Angie said, I will be here and stick around for a while for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please ask. That said, I'm gonna try to share my screen. And there we go.
Welcome to the Association of Professional Genealogists. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm John Boeren, president of APG, and I wanted to introduce you to our organization. We have members in over 40 countries around the world who have expertise in all kinds of family history research, not only in their own country, but also in other regions. You can hire a member to help you research your family history, or to coach you if you want to learn how to do this yourself. On our website, we have a directory of our members that you can search in a variety of ways to find a professional whose qualifications fit your needs. We also have advice on the website on how and when to hire a professional to help you with your research. If you're thinking of becoming a professional yourself, we have resources and a wonderful community of professionals you can learn from. Our journal, our webinars, and our annual conference offer lots of educational materials designed for professionals or for those who want to become one. From starting your own genealogy business, to marketing your services, to expanding and growing your business, APG is a valuable partner for professionals and aspiring professionals. I've been a member of APG since I became a professional, and that turned out to have been a wise decision. Clients found me through the directory, I learned a lot from the educational material, and my network has grown through the many international contacts. So whether you're exploring the possibility of hiring a professional or of becoming one yourself, APG is here to help you.
Hello, my name is Markus Schönherr. I have worked as a professional genealogist since 2010, and I am based in Vienna, in Austria, in Central Europe. I specialize in research in Austria, Germany, and the neighboring countries like Hungary, Czech Republic, or Slovenia, whose languages I speak to some extent or understand at least. And in the beginning of my career, I was focused on probate research, where you try to find living heirs to an estate. Later, when I diversified my client base, I found it a nice challenge, among others, to make my experience from probate research work for private clients who wanted to find their living relatives in Central Europe. I joined APG in 2019, first only to show up in the member directory as a marketing tool to attract new clients. And soon I found out that there are webinars and publications that help me with my professional development. And also the professional management conference once a year, and the forensic special interest group with monthly lectures and panel discussions gave me and gives me opportunities for networking with colleagues in my field, which I find very valuable. In 2023 and 2024, I am serving as a board member of APG to share my experience and contribute to the development of the association.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Les mando un afectuoso saludo a todos ustedes que nos están viendo desde allá, desde la conferencia de Roots Tech, que están ahí en persona. En serio, qué envidia. Mi nombre es Nefi Arenas y soy un genealogista profesional a tiempo completo y vivo en el centro de México, en la ciudad de Toluca. Además, soy uno de los miembros del consejo directivo de APG, o sea, la Asociación de Genealogistas Profesionales, por sus siglas en inglés. Yo me dedico a tiempo completo a investigar a los antepasados de mis clientes, sean cuales sean, en México sobre todo, pero también en algunos otros lugares. Una de las especialidades que tengo es que me gusta encontrar antepasados de origen judío sefardí, pero yo tomo todo tipo de clientes, ¿no? Pero
Sorry for that.
That's okay. I understood it, but that's okay.
I'm Jen Schaefer, a member of APG, and today I want to walk you through the APG member directory and show how you would find a professional to meet your specific needs. Our website is located at appgen.org. The first menu item is Find a Professional, with links to our member directory, a page on how to hire a professional genealogist, and another on why you might want to do so. The How to Hire a Professional Genealogist page shows many points that you should carefully consider when determining the right person to hire for your project. Topics such as identifying your needs and expectations, reviewing the professional's qualifications or specialties, and ultimate costs all play an important role in a successful experience. Now that you've determined some of your goals, let's view the member directory. The directory contains a large group of professionals in a wide array of fields and locations. You may enter as much information or as little information as you would like when you're searching. Keep in mind that some members are not currently taking new clients, which will be noted in their profiles. The directory is listed alphabetically with a detailed search box on the right. You can enter keywords on a topic, such as Jewish ancestors. That search currently takes you to 3 pages of professionals who specialize in that specific area. There are many drop-down search boxes as well. You can refine your search by professionals with expertise in certain countries or states, time periods, or certain subjects. Another really helpful feature is the ability to narrow down your search by where a professional is located. Not all research can be conducted online. Sometimes you need someone to sift through information at state archives or county courthouses. A quick search for genealogists residing in Wisconsin pulls up 20 professionals in that state. A very valuable tool in the search is the ability to make contact with some of our international members with highly sought-after knowledge, access, and language skills abroad. Need some help translating your Croatian grandmother's letters? Type Croatian into the language box and find some excellent options to help with this language barrier or move forward with research abroad. From DNA specialists to Quaker experts, our member directory is brimming with professionals to fit your family history project. Happy searching!
Hi, my name is Kenyatta Berry. I'm host of Conversations with Kenyatta podcast, a host of Genealogy Roadshow on PBS, and author of the Family Tree Toolkit. I am also past president of APG. I've been a member of APG for quite some time, And what I like about APG and what it really means to me is it was very instrumental in me getting my role on Genealogy Roadshow. And that happened because the former executive director, Kathy Hinckley, received a call or an email from the production company looking to hire local genealogists in Los Angeles area. I currently live in Santa Monica. And so I went to meet with the team, and I was thinking as president of APG at the time that I would get genealogist jobs on television. What I did not know is that this would actually turn into a casting call for me. And so when I met with the team, I was working full time in software sales, and they said to me, you should try out for the show. And I thought, no way. I'm not going to do this. I'm in software sales. I'm not in entertainment. I've seen The Real Housewives. I know how people can be betrayed on TV. I'm not doing it. They convinced me to do a Skype. And so I did the Skype. I didn't think anything of it. And I thought, there's no way this is going anywhere. And then months later, they said PBS loves you. So it was APG that really sparked me being on Genealogy Roadshow and has helped in other TV shows that I have done thus far. Another reason I like APG and like being a member is obviously the networking you get from APG. You get to be with like-minded individuals, you learn stuff, and you understand kind of how to run your business or tips or tricks that other people use in their business. And I like the APG directory. One of my favorite clients who has referred me to other people came from APG and from the directory. And so he just emailed me, and he had just one little bit of information about his father, actually just a clip of an AP article. And with his unique surname, as well as some other information he gave me, I was able to trace his family back beyond the 1870 brick wall. So he has been forever grateful because it changed his life. And that's the thing I love about genealogy. It changes people's lives. And that's why I focus on African-American and enslaved genealogy, because once you know where you came from, you kind of feel this spark, this identity. And that's the thing that I see when in my clients and what I saw all the time on Genealogy Roadshow. So that's my area of focus. And I think another thing that distinguishes me in a sense is that I love working with universities to help them uncover the stories of the enslaved on campuses. There are other genealogists who do this as well, but I've worked primarily with Washington and Lee and University of Mississippi. And I also attend the University Studying Slavery Conference every year. So for me, APG has been valuable in networking and getting business and sparking my television career. So you should join APG.
Hello, my name is Alec Ferretti, and I'm a director of the Association of Professional Genealogists. I joined the board in 2020 because I was inspired to resurrect the advocacy committee. I am very dedicated to put it kindly, wrangling with the government for records access and represent the needs of genealogists to the people who hold the records that we need to do our jobs. One of APG's founding ideas is that we have to be advocating for the needs of genealogists. And in fact, we are a 501c6, which is explicitly a lobbying organization. So I have joined the advocacy committee, and now I'm in charge of it. And we are trying to change things. So we have been spearheading some public comment campaigns about things that are happening in the world of genealogy and records access. We have been having some meetings with different stakeholders, such as the National Archives. And we really just want to encourage people to focus on the things they need to do their research and how to ensure those things are possible to do. And I do have other facets of my genealogy career besides fighting the government, although I feel like I don't at times. So in addition to that, I do a lot of Italian dual citizenship work, and I lecture frequently at conferences around the country. And for the first time ever, I will likely be lecturing in England this summer. And I talk about a variety of topics such as technology, often records access. I do some DNA talks, namely about endogamy and Jewish research with endogamy DNA issues. And really, to me, the APG is special because there are not a lot of genealogy groups that allow professionals to network with each other. There are many genealogy groups out there, but they are primarily geared for hobbyists and to help hobbyists learn how to do the hobby. And as valuable and enjoyable as those groups are, there's something special about APG because everything we do is geared for the professional, or at least the aspiring professional. And I find that this allows us to really do a different kind of content than the other groups. And on top of that, it's just really easy to make a lot of friends through APG who I wouldn't otherwise know because they don't live near me. But because APG brings us all together, we are able to really expand our network of friends and colleagues.
So, and I think this is a lot to take in. To summarize, APG has more than 2,000 members in more than 40 countries all over the world. We are here to help professionals, to support professionals, and so we offer education, but also a lot of networking opportunities. We're also here to help those who are doing research themselves to find a professional genealogist. So that makes us like a liaison between potential clients and you or someone else as a professional. And finally, we're also advocating, as you already heard from Alec Ferretti. We recently, a group of APG members were in Washington talking to people from Congress about all kinds of legislation that has an impact, or talking to the new archivist of the United States about how important it is to provide access to records that we as genealogists need. So there are a lot of reasons why APG is here and what we are doing. And as you have seen, we have special interest groups, for example, forensic or writers, or even one in Spanish. And we have chapters all over the world. So you can always, when you become a member of APG, you can also join one of those chapters, which helps you find people in your area that you can talk to, or share experiences, ask questions. And I think one of the things that I really want to stress is that a lot of people think that you already have to be a professional genealogist to become a member of APG. And we always say, yes, if you are a professional, definitely become a member of APG, but you can also become a member if you are an aspiring professional genealogist. So for all of you who are graduating or are still working through your program, if you ever have the feeling that you want to become a professional genealogist, you can already sign up for APG, because it will help you develop certain skills, mostly on the business side of professional genealogy. You can learn from other professionals, and there are great ways of meeting new people that can help you in your career. So I think, Angie, that is the presentation so far. And I'm happy to take questions from you or everyone here.
Thank you. I thought that was a wonderful presentation, and I think it's very helpful to our students. I would like anyone who has a question too, you can go ahead and unmute and ask, or you can pop it in the chat and I'll track that and ask for you if you don't want to be seen on screen. Some people don't like that. That's okay. But one of the things that the APG has coming up, would you tell us about the conference? Isn't that coming up September?
It is. And I should also say something else. It just came to my mind. In the video, you saw something about looking for professionals in the directory. Now, very recently, we have launched a completely new website. So what you've seen in the video looks a little bit different from what we are showing on our website right now. But the directory is still there, and it's very valuable, and people can still search not only for names, but also for countries and topics and so on. So that's a note that I have to make, because the video is a little bit outdated on that part.
We understand having our brand new website as well over the
Exactly.
last year at genealogicalstudies.com. It has a lot of new features and things, and getting used to that is just a matter of going to the website and playing around.
Exactly. So yes, we have what we call a lot of education opportunities, and one of these is the annual professional management conference, and it's we've chosen for that name because we want to stress that we are talking about professional management as a genealogist. We're not telling people how to do research, but we're telling people how to run a business in genealogy. And what we've had virtual versions, we've had in-person versions, we've hybrid versions. This year we chose to do a virtual conference only, which means that everyone from all over the world can sign up. We have 3 days in a row with a lot of presentations about all kinds of different topics that you as a professional have to deal with, like clear communication to clients, but also financial aspects of running a business, but also how to create things for a society, how to work on your marketing, how to use social media. And there is also a track with presentations about forensic genealogy, because that's very important development of the last few years, that forensics and also DNA and now AI are part of the genealogy world. So we also have presentations about that as well. You do not have to be a member of APG to sign up for the conference, but of course, as a member, it's cheaper. Early bird has just expired, but if someone is here in the audience right now, because I know this presentation will also be online later on, and I cannot promise those people early bird rates anymore, but if someone is here at the moment who wants to sign up, just let me know today or tomorrow, and I will try to get you that early bird rate, and it will save you a lot of money, of course. We do that every year. Last year was a hybrid one. It was the first one after the COVID period that we also came together in person. And we have to see what we're going to do next year. But every year we have a conference like this.
The world has so changed with the way that COVID has created the new patterns of thinking with us. Monica is asking, when is the conference? What are the actual dates for 2024?
Yes.
And what is the cost that they can expect? And know your early bird, and then you have what's not early bird if they don't catch this on the 24th of August, 2024.
Sure. I will share the website, the link of the website in the chat box, so that people can see what it's all about. Okay. It's from 19 through 21 September. So it's in little less than a month that we are doing this, and you find all the information, including the prices, on this website.
Now, if someone like me is professionally speaking and teaching at another conference on the 21st and 22nd of September, are the videos, are they going to be recorded and accessible later?
Yes, yes. So everyone who registers for the conference can also see the presentations later on, because sometimes you have to choose. There are more presentations at the same time. So if you cannot do one, you can always see one of those later on. They will be available, I think, for 30 days or something like that. It's probably also on the website. And another thing that we always offer are workshops. And the workshop is usually a few hours, like 2 or 3 hours, and we go in depth in certain topics. Whereas a presentation usually takes an hour and it's more like an overview. So this year we offered 2 workshops. It's also on the website. I think they were very popular, so I'm not sure if there are still spots open. But that's also something, if you are not able to participate this year, keep an eye on the conference for next year, because there will be an opportunity again.
One of the things I like to share with our students at the International Institute of Genealogical Studies is that you gain your credentials with us, and then you add on these other compatible organizations to build your business. So I think it's a really important thing to do, to be a part of all of these, have that networking going on. And how do you do it? And one of the ways that you do that is you start budgeting now. You start a separate account, a business account for your business, even before you graduate, and you start stashing in, a few dollars here and there, so that you build up an account that allows you to be ready to go when you are ready to join these different things or go to these different events. And I think that's something important to be aware of. For instance, what was the cost of, what's just the general cost of attending the virtual conference this year? Do you know, John?
As a member, you pay early bird rate 195. Regular, so that's after the early bird period, is 245. Non-members will pay 300 after the early bird period.
One of the things I love about this is that if you can't come this year for some reason, we realize that's just a month away, then start saving up for stuff like this next year. But it's continuing education. All professional genealogists do continuing education. And it's important to do that, whether it's a webinar or a lot of APG members come back and do continuing education with additional certificates and getting more credentials through the International Institute as well. But I think
And the good thing to say, Angie, is about continuing education. That's also what we expect from our members. So at this moment, we have a requirement of 12 hours of continuing education per year. Now, you and I know that 12 hours is not a lot. I mean, if you watch one webinar of an hour every month, you're already at 12 hours in a year. But if people here are taking classes at the Institute, those hours count as continuing education. So if you become a member, don't worry about the 12 hours, because those hours that you spend on classes from the Institute build up more than 12 hours. It will be way, way, way more. We do require a report from you as a member. So you will say, yes, I did 12 hours and I spent those hours on X, Y, Z. That way we also learn what kind of continuing education there is in the field. So of course we know about the International Institute and what classes and programs are offered, but sometimes we're still surprised with what our professional genealogists, our members, come up with. Other types of continuing education that we didn't think of in advance, but we learn from our members about other ways of building your skills and getting the experience to take on clients, to work with clients, and to create wonderful reports for clients. So yes, we are also very much about continuing education. We think it's very, very important.
I think there's another way to do that too with mentoring sessions through the International Institute. We have our professors or instructors that are available to do half-hour sessions. You can book an hour and have very specific mentoring in a particular topic, and then you can turn that in as well. And I think that's an important thing. One thing to note for continuing education for APG members, as well as for our students, that we have a couple of new classes and a new program coming out. And then we have some new ones for the next year too that I'll reveal at Roots Tech. But for now, in September, we will be going live with Latin for genealogists. And that will include some major tip sheets and things that you can take with you in your briefcase anywhere you need to go, because Latin is not just an antique language. It's a language that is in church records, parish records, legal records, documents that go back for hundreds to thousands of years. But it will help you with your documents that are even modern today. If you sit down and do a mortgage document today, there is a lot of Latin legal language in there. In addition, think about your medical records. Quite often, the doctors are still using the same medical terminology when they write prescriptions or when they write into your medical records. You'll understand those things a little bit better too. So Latin for genealogists will be going live with the International Institute of Genealogical Studies no later than about mid-September. Very excited about that. We're going to do a big event in probably October for that, where we're going to work our best magic to get all of the instructors that assisted with that program. And there was quite a few of us that will be online in an event that you can attend. And John, why don't we just make it an hour so that it can be additional continuing ed hour, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do that in October. In addition to that, we have a new Irish course that is going online here next weekend, which will be Irish Civil Registration, has been completely rewritten ground up, which I'm excited about. We have a new course catalog that has, this is our 11 by 17 that folds, which we can provide for those that would like large print. And then we do have a mailable version. It'll also be done in color. This is just a little mock-up to show you the size, but you can get the smaller size mailed with any course print materials that you order for free. Just request it. And if you need the large print, just tell me that too. But in addition to that, I'm going to share screen really quick because I think it's really important to let people know where you can find it. If you just want to download it, Here we are on the International Institute of Genealogical Studies. We're on the calendar and news page, as you can see. And right here in our latest announcements, you can see that we have a downloadable file. It's a PDF of the new course catalog. And in there, I'm super excited to show you that, tell you, because I don't want to take up your time with showing you the whole thing, that in this new catalog, you'll also see Latin for genealogists, but you're also going to see the new personal historian credentials that will be going on line for everyone in September as well. That's going to be pretty close to the beginning of September, which I'm very excited to tell you about. It'll be a 25 course add-on program. It does not include a PLCGS, which is your Professional Learning Certificate in Genealogical Studies, which is your credentials for being a professional. But as a credentialed genealogist with the International Institute, we are now a registered trade school in the United States. And we're registered out of the state of Montana because as the executive director, that's where I live. And if you want to go to your student account, you can go through the drop-down arrow right here by your profile icon, click profile and edit profile, or click preferences and edit profile and change your time zone so that you see the time of, this is my version of it where I can see when people are on vacation and all, but all the green dots on here, for instance, you can see that how you can go into the meetings. Additionally, as we go back through the calendar, we put the recordings up here for all of our students to be able to watch on a YouTube channel. So those are some super important fun things coming up. And another thing that's on the calendar and news page coming up 21 and 22 September, you can also use for continuing education. We have a masterclass writing retreat in Helena, Montana. This is a very inexpensive one. It is the first one. I was hired by another organization to teach it. And we'll be doing 2 full days where there will be 1.5 hour sessions of teaching, and then you're going to have time to practice what you've learned or do some brainstorming. You have a deadline of September 15th if you want to apply for that. So you just go down to the little chat app down here and pop it open and drop me a message, and I'll make sure to get you the application for that. Not to compete at all with the APGs, but conference that happens to be same or similar timing. You might want to register for both and go back and watch the recordings for the APG. This one is going to be in person only this year. So it's very important that if you do want to attend, that you get with us real quick so we can help you get registered for that. The APG, John has put that into the chat app on the side of this recording, but we'll make sure to put an announcement for that onto our announcement page on the website as well. In order to purchase your courses, you just go through here. And then, for instance, if you want methodology, you can purchase there for the whole thing, or you can scroll down and you can purchase per class with each one of the descriptions of the courses. And you can also purchase it in just that level, basic, intermediate, or advanced. If you have any electives left available, you will see a secondary button that will say activate using an elective if you've already purchased courses. So I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of all of those things you could do and that you could see as part of your studies here with the International Institute. One additional thing is that now your credentials show through your profile, and you can print or have us print a wallet card showing your credentials so that you can share that with a QR code that will take anyone directly to proof that you have taken those courses and graduated. That is something that is super helpful for you. We mail out your graduation certificate with those wallet cards. If you've previously graduated, you can request an updated certificate with the wallet card for $6 US plus postage, because you would have already received the previous one. But the previous one may be in the old school name when the school was known as the National Institute for Genealogical Studies. Now the logo, the registration is the trade school. You may want to have your updated credentials and proof that you have those credentials through your wallet card. So those are some things that are really important to students today and to APG members as they are continuing their education with us. Any other questions? I see in the side, Carmen says, just to clarify, classes at IIGS count towards the continuing education for APG, though I can't answer that. Our guest is John, and I'll let him. You're muted, John.
I found out that I was muted. The simple answer is yes. If you take classes from the International Institute, you can say I took X hours through classes, and those hours count as hours for the requirement of 12 hours for APG. But I guess you will, if you take a few classes here, it will be definitely more than those 12 hours. But yes, you can add those to APG, and also other things like webinars you take, but also reading books, developing your skills, because sometimes if you're already taking on clients, you have to learn things because your client is asking you new things that you haven't heard from before or didn't work with. You read books, you read articles, you read websites. All these things count as continuing education. So it's not only the profession or the more institutionalized way of education. Also, self-education is very important. So yes, simple answer, International Institute hours count towards the 12 hours for APG.
That is wonderful. What other questions do we have from our students that are here? And then John has posted in the chat, and I'm just going to read it for those that are watching this later in case you can't see the chat, the link to conference registration for APG, and we'll include that in an announcement section on our calendar and news page. But it is www.apge.org/2024_conference_registration.php. So we will include that in our latest announcements page on our website for the genealogicalstudies.com. In order to see the calendar and news page, you do have to log into the website, which means you do need to have your student account. You are welcome to have a free student account at the International Institute. And then if you need assistance with student advising, we're happy to meet with you individually so that you can meet your goals. And we definitely are appreciative of the APG and of John, your time with us here today. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was a pleasure to be here. And once more, if anyone who is here live today wants to use that early bird rate, here is my email address in the chat box, president@apgen.org. Send me an email today or tomorrow. Don't wait any longer, because then definitely it's over. But send me an email today or tomorrow that you do want to register for the early bird, and I will get you in. Thank you for having me, Angie. Thank you everyone who was here today. It was a pleasure to see students from the Institute once more. And if there are other questions, if people want to reach out to APG, feel free to do so. We're here for everyone.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording, and anybody can stay on to ask a couple questions after. And then I will post this recording within the next couple of days because there's such time-sensitive information in it, and make sure that that goes on. So thank you so much for being with us, John, from the APG at apgen.org. And we are the International Institute of Genealogical Studies, found at genealogicalstudies.com. What a joy to have a graduate student with us to also be able to share about his organization. Thank you.
Thank you.